Danilo, could you start with you? 47 seconds down, you were on a breakaway. You made certainly a good go at it. Talk a little bit about it, and certainly the weather too. I know you're shooting.
Yeah, we knew it's gonna rain, and that always make the race a bit harder. So we said it was maybe a good day to try and go in the break. It was a good group. We were working well the whole day, and they never let us so much gap. I think the maximum was around 3:30. So yeah, that was not enough, but we tried hard with House at the end, and yeah, just get code 4K to go. So it's okay. Just 4K to go, so it was close, but yeah, try again.
Was the weather a factor in the way where you were in the break? How was the weather a factor for work against you, for you in the break?
I think for the break it was good. It's always harder to ride in the peloton in a big group. It's a bit more dangerous. You don't see so much. In the break you can just roll through, and yeah, it affects you less as in a big group. And yeah, with the tailwind, it was a really fast race at the end, and we tried to take an advantage from this.
Tom, the team and how the team rode today. I'm sure you're proud of the boys, and you're still in yellow. So talk about that.
Yeah, the guys did amazing, and with the help of Etixx, we managed to not let the guys get too far ahead of us. And yeah, as Danilo said, we had kept them pretty close, like 3:30 or something. And we knew that after that last descent, it could be tailwind or tail cross, so it would be a really fast finish. And the good thing was that we had them at like 2 something at the moment, so it didn't get too out of hand. And yeah, it was pretty hectic in the final with the rain and stuff, as Danilo said. But yeah, we managed to keep it, and yeah, pretty happy.
And Mark, your team rode unbelievable today. Stein Vandenberg seemed like he was on the front mostly, and just the whole team. Can you comment on your team and how you got positioned in for the final sprint and your 8th career win here at
To be fair, today I can't say the only team that did it. Like the last couple of days, the Hincapie team have been pretty phenomenal controlling the race. Like they really have, like so strong. The last 2 days, the peloton has been lined out in one line like, the whole day. Yeah, so we're just having to swap guys from day to day. It was Yves Lampard and Martin Bellich yesterday. Today Stein. Stein's big, he's strong, and he can just go all day, you know. And the teammate committed, as were all of them. You know, Guillaume Van Kersbroek had to put a big turn in at the end because we couldn't catch Danilo back, and it was like it was full gas, you know. And then Mark Renshaw then at the end was, as always, just cool, calm. He really had to dig deep to lead him there. And Daniel Wyss attacked in the last K. Mark went on it, but Mark had already done a lot in the wind before that, so you know, we couldn't really go as fast as we wanted at the end. And then finish. I knew someone had jumped early then. I was waiting for it, and from Giant went. I was able to get his wheel and use such momentum. I'm so super happy to get the stage win today, and back again on Sunday.
Questions?
Mark, you mentioned in the pre-race press conference that you had won here in 2008 but got relegated. Did you get a little revenge today?
Question for Tom's. With the change in the TT course tomorrow, it has to probably work in your favor in terms of keeping the jersey another day. What are your thoughts looking forward to Baldy?
Yeah, Baldy's going to be tough, but yeah, for sure that it will help me a lot that the race is not at altitude, because I haven't been doing that great at altitude. But yeah, it'll still be a race tomorrow, so we'll have to try as hard as we can, and after that we'll look forward to Baldy. Look forward to seeing where the legs stand in terms of just trying to stay with the best climbers.
Have you begun thinking about winning this overall, or standing on the podium in Pasadena?
Well, for sure, now that there's 2 stages left that are going to decide the GC, I'll try and be as high up as I can, but still I feel the efforts from my ride on stage 3, and it'll be tough. So I don't want to predict anything, but yeah, hopefully I stay in the top 10. Well, that'd be fine with me.
For all 3 of you, is the shortened time trial tomorrow made it an advantage for the climbers in that the sprinters can't get much of a gap in the overall?
I'll probably take this one. Yeah, the short, like, it would still be a really hard task for anyone to compete with the climbers in the second to last day, because the 2 climbs are really hard and really long, and you have to be a climber to be there.
Danilo, the race really got ahead of the possible bad weather up in Big Bear, and there's been a lot of talk about extreme weather protocols they're putting in place in the Giro. Would you like to see more races have a backup plan instead of taking it right up to the edge and then having to cancel, or even forcing you guys to go out in the weather?
Yeah, I think it's really important for the race organizer to have a backup plan. Like for the time trial of tomorrow, it's I think a really good decision of the organizer to change it and have it here. We are racing a lot. We are always on a high level and on the limit with our physique. So if we race in a really bad condition, it can be really hard for us, I think. And we don't have to go over the limit. And I think the organizer understand this always more and more, and they take care of this to not go too far away. And I think it's good to change the course and to stay at lower level for tomorrow.
Mark, can you describe what happened again at the end of the race, what your strategy was and how you were able to pull it off and finish in first?
Answered it.
Okay, so you've been in that situation many times before. Was this one much different than some of the other stages you've won?
No, not really. I won 130 races now, and 20 with the same outcome.
Mark, the same question I had for Danilo about the change in the weather. Would you like to see more races get proactive about bad weather forecasts?
I think medal sports have really handled this situation in an incredible manner, like really efficiently, really professionally, and took into consideration the sponsors of the race, the riders, and everybody involved, and I think come to a very, very reasonable decision. You know, and there's no extremities. It's a very fair decision. It keeps the race going, but also looks after the best interests of the sponsors, of the riders, of the team. So I take my hat off and I say thank you and well done to them.
One more. Two more.
Nice question from Mark. Congratulations on the win. Could you tell us a little bit about what you think we might see out of Julian Alaphilippe on Baldy on Saturday?
To be honest, I've no idea. Like, he's a hard little bastard, so we'll just hang on and as long as he can. Sure, like, he'll be chewing his stem. But honestly, I don't know if he's done any big mountains before, and since he's too close, so it'll be a first time for him. Interesting to see anyway.
And Jim Burrell, the race director, will be in here fairly talk about tomorrow's stage. There's another question. Final questions for these gentlemen. Appreciate you taking the time. I know you want to get back to your hotels and going to get a hot shower. Well deserved. Congratulations. Joined here by race director Jim Burrell, also managing partner Medalist Sports. Jim, can you walk us through the protocol that was taken, and also tomorrow's stage as well, as far as the adjustments that have been made by AEG?
Yeah, well, you know, fortunately we have a really strong team, and working with Kristen Pachochin, Klein, and the folks at AEG, and really looking at the different forecast datas. We relied on several different apps, as well as reports from the airport up at Big Bear Lake, as well as just the Weather Channel. And you know, safety for everyone was first and foremost in our minds throughout the week as we monitored the forecast, understanding the overall economics of a decision, and the impact that it's going to have not only on a great host city like Big Bear Lake, but also to the event itself. And you know, when safety was the issue, it was an easy answer. And you know, fortunately, we have great partners here in the Santa Clarita area, where we were able to quickly put together a great 10K time trial course with the strong help from Six Flags Magic Mountain, Caltrans, CHP, LA Sheriff's Department. So tomorrow we'll see a start at 1:05 for the men, and I believe 11 o'clock for the women. I know, pardon me? Maybe 12 for the women. I know the men, based on how many riders we have left and the distance, of course, that will be starting the men at 1:05.
Questions?
With the time trial being shorter than usual in a UCI stage race, did you have to involve the UCI at all on this, or was this totally internal to be able to make this quick change and be able to do what was right for the race and the riders?
No, that's a good question. You know, our goal was to look for anything between 10 and 15K. You know, working with Kevin Livingston, our competition director, and kind of being on the pulse with all the team directors and the athletes themselves. You know, we tasked our technical team with that, to find something 10 to 15K. We were fortunate to, again, to have the strong relationship with the folks here in Santa Clarita to quickly pull together a course that will meet those objectives.
Develop a course more than 10 or 15K?
In the tight timer frame that we had, and understanding all the constraints that it takes to build a course, yeah, it was. We were fortunate to find something as quickly as we did. I mean, we narrowed our options to this area because we have strong relationships with LA County and Santa Clarita, that we knew our focus was to stay in this area to find a course that would work.
Time trial, if you'd refer to the location of the start and the finish, it's 4 words: Six Flags Magic Mountain. That's where it's starting, that's where it's finishing. There'll be parking provided up there. If you need passes, we can do that as well. So start and stop at Six Flags Magic Mountain. We are in, depending on who you speak to, Valencia and Santa Clarita. Do we have a time?
Yeah, so
Kristen Pachochin, our executive race director.
yeah. So our amateurs will go off at 12. Our women will go off at 12:30, and then our men will go off at 1:05 tomorrow.
Anything else for Jim?
Final distance, once again.
The actual distance will be 6.6 miles. No, we've adjusted the time gap so that will not happen. Unless, of course, I'm out there and I'm the lead rabbit, then yes, it's a strong possibility that I'll even catch the first woman. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Like I said, Coke Extra. Coca-Cola Extra. It's tough, you know, when you have a strong partner like we have with Big Bear Lake, you know, understanding their investment and understanding, you know, that we want to be there and we will return to Big Bear sometime in the near future. But when safety is a factor, it's an easy decision to make. Delivering the message is the hard part, because relationship that you have forged over the years with all of our host communities, it becomes family, and so delivering hard news is never easy.
This contingent plan, was it at the time you decided to have the time trial at Big Bear? 36 hours.
I think early on, you know, when you're dealing with mountain ranges, and certainly after learning our lesson in 2011, we definitely had to have a contingency plan. We really started activating that plan before the commencement of the 10th anniversary of the Amgen Tour California. You know, we deployed resources to the Santa Clarita area earlier in the week to really start finalizing the plan that we had in the back of our mind.